day in God's creation. And one of his little birds just gobbled. Heading that way. I didn't realize it until I sat down, but I had sat in the middle of a bunch of hens, and they were between me and the gobbler. So my strategy quickly became to be the most vocal hen in the area, to try to get everything else stirred up. The gobbler finally gobbled on the ground after he had flown down. I made a hasty decision to make a move to try to get a little bit closer and give him a different angle, even though I had hens all around me. I was kind of in a hurry to go to work this morning, and the gobbler hadn't been super responsive to me, so I felt like cutting the distance was the right move. had moved about 60 yards from where I was originally set up, and I bumped one hen out of the tree, so I decided to stop right here when I heard this hen close by a tree yelping. Notice how the gobbler hasn't directly responded to me too many times. This tells me that he's got plenty of hens around him and he's pretty insulated. Started getting a funny feeling that this gobbler may be slipping in quiet. And then I thought I heard spitting and drumming one time, so I decided I better set up real quick. Tried to make him gobble one last time to see if I could get a bead on which direction he was approaching from. I could hear him spitting and drumming the whole time I'm sitting here. I had just laid eyes on the gobbler. He was about 60 yards out in front of me. This hen almost landed on top of me and started putting in a tree. So in order to hopefully calm the gobbler down and shut the hen up, I started calling right back to her. I had seen the gobbler out in front of me, but then he disappeared. I thought he was walking away the last time I saw him. And this went on for about 5 minutes between me and this hen, so finally I had to make something happen, so I started trying to make him gobble. He finally gobbled about 150 or 200 yards out in front of me, so it was time for me to go. I had to bust this hen out of the tree. Now this hen's spooked, so she's putting in the tree, and the minute she starts to fly and she cackles. In the middle of her flight, she's purring while she's cackling at the same time. I've since gotten less aggravated, but man, if I didn't have to go to work, I could have taken my time and been patient. I was trying to rush everything because I got to go to work. I ain't got long to hunt. So basically I got in there and there's a bunch of hens around me that, of course, you don't know until you get in there. And he flew down away from me, and I made a move to try to get a little closer, get a little different angle. And I had two hens, one busted out of a tree, one was still in the tree right by me, and I'll be danged if it didn't sound like he was coming back. So I sat down by a pine real quick, and about the time I did and I got my tripod set up and GoPro, I looked up and I could see him strutting. I could just see the front of his chest and his head, and he was through the woods about 45 or 50, and he probably would have came on and gave me a shot. He didn't have much to go. I didn't know he was that close. About the time I feel like he's about to break and kind of strut my way a little bit, all I needed was a few steps probably. A hen flies out of a tree and decides she's gonna land in this little trail behind me, like a few steps from me. Right before she hits the ground, she double pumps and picks up again and ends up landing in the tree behind me. Well, he sees it, and as soon as he sees it, he perks up, turns around, and walks back behind some brush. So, man, aggravating. He ended up not being too far. I waited till he gobbled again. Then when I got up, I spooked her out of a tree, and then as I was walking out, another turkey started putting. So, sounds like a good day. Thankful to be hunting, but it's aggravating. This afternoon. Just came back in the same general area that I was on one this morning. Just gonna sit here for a little while. See if I can hear something. I had heard one gobble a couple times in the same general direction the turkey was the morning before, but he wasn't gobbling a whole lot, and I was running out of time. The mosquitoes were terrible. I was just about to give up, and I figured I'd try my box and see if I could get him to respond before I left. and I'll be danged if he didn't gobble. I didn't have much time, so I had to get there in a hurry.
Getting close. Also running out of time. Quickly.
I didn't want to be super aggressive with my call in approaching this bird, but at the same time I had to make something happen. So I wanted to call and get him to respond and then move on up a little bit and wait. After he gobbled at me that one time, he couldn't have been more than 150 yards from me, so I moved on up about 50 more yards, sat down real quick, and I didn't want to call again. I wanted him to come looking for me. Four minutes go by with nothing. I look over to my left, and I see him. He's coming towards me. I watch him as he's coming closer, and I don't want to move until he goes behind a tree or a brush pile. I don't have time to get my hand on the tripod to move the other camera, so I'm just going to make one quick movement.
Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, man. Oh, man. think that's the same one I caught in yesterday. Oh man. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Get it out, buddy. Thank you, Lord. He didn't know I was in the world when he was coming through there. I heard him and thought he was too far because I got to go to work, but I took a chance. Something told me to go. So I started calling, going to him, trying to, as I was en route, get him a little bit interested with a box, and then I swapped to a mouth call. Last time I called, he gobbled and he wouldn't. 150 at the most. I went on up ahead of me from where I called the last time, about 30 yards. I thought, you know what? I was in a hurry yesterday. I was rushing myself and I didn't make good decisions. I said, I'm gonna try to slow down just a second, even though I'm pushing it. I didn't call, and I was sitting there and I said, I'm gonna wait on him to gobble again before I call. I thought I heard drumming a time or two. And I was expecting him to come from out in front of me. The sucker showed up about 10 o'clock, kind of off to my left and walking left, which was perfect because I had something right in front of me and he was walking around the end of it and he was angling my direction. I guess the direction I last yelped from. I had to call to make him stop. I wasn't on him very good. I did not feel good about that shot, but I felt like I had it in the vicinity of his head. I'm thankful he went down. It's been a good start to 2020, man. Yesterday was aggravating because I blew it. I made bad decisions and then that hen flew down behind me and bumped him, but I think this is the same bird. Whew. I'm trying to slow down and enjoy it for a second before I gotta take off running. I think my Tacticam stayed on this time. Kinda hoping I got that squared away. It's a good day, good day. Any day's a good day when you get to turkey hunt. We forget sometimes that we're privileged to do it, even though those days that aggravate you, it's hard to remember that. I'll try to get a couple pictures and get out of here. He's a good bird. He's got black looking spurs. I don't know how old that is. It might be a 3-year-old, but pretty good beard on him. Pretty bird. He was on a mission to find that lady, though. I carry entirely too much crap. I'm not a chronic sweater like some people. I'm freaking soaked. It's like 68 already this morning. All these dang cameras add up. Good day to be sweating.